This their third Super Series tournament final. Their first was last year at the French Super Series in Paris, and of course earlier this year they won the All England Championships. Well, it is very concerning that Praven Jordan has his arm so heavily strapped. The Olympic champions being introduced. And the All England champions. So the first duty of Kelvin Martin from Barbados is the toss of the coin. Well, fifth time an all-Indonesian mixed doubles final at a Super Series tournament. The first was in Japan, 2008. Mohamed Rijal and Vita Marissa beat Nova Widianto and Liliyana Natsir. In fact, all previous all-Indonesian finals have featured Liliyana Natsir. There is Praven Jordan, the 23-year-old from Bontang in East Kalimantan on the island of Borneo. They're currently ranked 5. They did spend 1 week as world number 2s from the 27th of October earlier this year. Debi Susanto, 27, from Palembang in South Sumatra. She's also enjoyed a very successful partnership with Mohamed Rijal. And as far as they're concerned, the All England champions, well, their last 2 matches, they've gone the full distance. The first 2 matches won in double quick time, as you can see. But against Lee Chun-hei and Chao Hui-Hua, 3 games needed there. Of course, that Hong Kong pair was semi-finalists here 3 years ago and won the Australian Super Series last year. Liliyana Natsir, well, she's 31 years of age now, from Manado in North Sulawesi. Was world number 1 with former partner Nova Widianto. Tontowi AHMAD from Banyumas in southwest of central Java. They've gone up 4 places this week in the world ranking to number 3. A total of 98 weeks as world number 2s, though. And as far as they're concerned, well, they had a tough battle against Watanabe and Higashino in the second round. Now that new Japanese pair, crikey, I do hope you had time to digest all of that. That new Japanese pair last week beat Chris and Gabby Adcock. And then in the semi-final yesterday, and they beat the Hong Kong pair that were hoping to become the first home finalists in the mixed doubles discipline for 27 years, but obviously that didn't happen. Well, this is the 4th meeting between these 2 pairs in international competition, and the Olympic champions have won all 3 previous occasions, including the last time, which was the quarter-final of the Olympic Games. Well, there's not one player on court that's not got heavy strapping on some part of one of their limbs. Debi Susanto has got a thigh heavily strapped, left thigh.
On my right, Praven Jordan and Debi Susanti, Indonesia. And on my left, Tontowi AHMAD and Liliyana Natsir, Indonesia. Liliyana Natsir to serve to Praven Jordan. Love all, play.
So the mixed doubles final, the Olympic champions nearest to us, the All England champions, their opponents and number 2 seeds.
Love.
And of course, no coaches involved in this match because both pairs from Indonesia. Well, I was giving you duff information the other day because I said that the Indonesian mixed doubles coach, Aryono Miranat, had won this title back in 1992. I saw him at breakfast this morning and he said, no, I lost in the final, Jill. I double-checked my notes and unfortunately for him, he was absolutely right. It was a Korean pair that won that year. But Indonesian pairs have won this Hong Kong Open title twice previously. The first was in 1993 with Rudy Gunawan and Rosiana Tendin. And that was the only previous all-Indonesian final. Because once again, Aryono Maradat was involved, that time with Rosalina Rizu. Oof, big gap there.
Two.
Only other time that Indonesia have won the mixed doubles title here was 2007. Nova Widianto and Liliyana Natsir.
Service over. 3.
So guaranteed a third Hong Kong Open mixed doubles title. Players from Indonesia. Yeah, very, very good angle on the smash and good power from Tontowi AHMAD.
5-3.
Well, I was asking the Indonesian coaches this morning at breakfast when I was chatting to Aryono about the last time that it was an all-Indonesian mixed doubles final at a Super Series tournament, and they couldn't think of one, and I happened to bump into Debi Susanto as well, and she named the last one straight away, 2014 Singapore. Ricky Widianto and Puspita Orishidili lost in the final too. They're now Olympic champions.
Seven-3.
Yeah, she's a lovely character. Not only knows her history about badminton too.
Service over. 4-7.
Oh my goodness me.
Service over.
How does she do that? I watched her earlier in the tournament. She's that's probably about the 6th time she's played that in this tournament, and the 6th time it's been a winner. Yeah. Good aggression.
Nine, 4.
Well, I think that the All England champions, Jordan and Susanto, I think whatever happens, they need to get themselves on the attack.
Service over.
Yeah, flat pushes like that from Praven Jordan will certainly help their case.
9. Service fault called.
Oh, service fault called. Struck above the waist, says our service judge.
10, 5.
To the mid-game interval
11,
with a
5.
6-point advantage. Yeah, and they're looking impressive at the moment, the Olympic champions. Never played this tournament more than once, and that surprised me. Only one previous appearance for AHMAD and Natsir. That was in 2010. They lost in the second round to Zhang Nang and Zhao Yunlei, who ended up losing the final. But they've withdrawn from the event a couple of times. Hong Kong Open being the last of the 12 tournaments, Super Series tournaments. And after, now that we've got Premier events as well, the week after the China Open. Oh dear, that was a came off the frame of the racket.
Twelve, 5.
Well, Praven Jordan is a very, very strong athlete. We've hardly seen, yeah, I think that arm is worse than we realised because we haven't seen him hit a smash yet, I don't think.
Thirteen, 5. Service over. 6, 13. Seven, 13. Eight, 13.
It's a good serve.
9, 13.
Yes, so too is that. Yeah, that's just a half smash from Praven Jordan. Yes, well played by Debi Susanto.
10-13.
Well, umpire allowing the Olympic champions to towel down, which I'm surprised about because the All England champions are on a bit of a roll at the moment. 5 straight points. And that may be disturbing their rhythm. And always when players stay on court themselves, it sends a message to the umpire. We wanted to play on. Yeah, well, there you go. Disturbs the rhythm.
14-10.
First service error of the match, isn't it? Indeed it is. We've had a service fault from Debi Susanto with that first service error. Just right. In case you think I'm completely mad, a service fault in badminton is one that's not legal. Service error is when you serve into the net or you don't serve into the correct area of the court. So possibly too short or out wide or serve too long. Those are all service errors. Good defence. Oh, she read it so well, did Debi Susanto. Yeah, she knows it.
15-11.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Saw the gap.
12-15.
Took the shuttle as early as possible from that mid-court area.
Play.
And just drove it into the open space. Yeah, that's good too. Good backhand.
13-15.
Eight of the last 10 points. Oh, it's landed in. That's perfect. Perfect placement from Debi Susanto.
15.
And now there's just 1 point in it. They were 8 points adrift just a moment ago. Oh dear, second service error from Praven Jordan.
16-14. Seventeen, 14. Service over. 15-17.
Yeah, neither pair willing to lift the shuttle. They were those flat exchanges,
50.
pushes. That's the first really powerful smashes we've seen from Praven Jordan.
Service over.
Yeah, and played to great effect too.
$16-18. Tonto. Ball. Service
Second
over.
return of serve. Well, he made an error on his last serve,
60.
Praven Jordan, so Tontowi AHMAD absolutely ready to pounce on the low serve. And that will put extra pressure and extra doubt in the mind of Praven Jordan next time he serves again. No, it's well taken.
Service over. $17-19. $18-19.
Oh, that was a lovely block. Yeah, the All England champions have got back on level terms,
19-all.
having been 8 points adrift
Play.
earlier on in this game. Oh, that
Service
could be
over.
costly. It was the right shot to play.
20.
They just didn't hit through
Game
it
point,
enough.
90.
So game point opportunity for the Olympic gold medalists. Former world champions as well, of course. 2013 they won gold at the World Championships, but they've never won this Hong Kong Open. Yeah, good rally to close out the game. 21-19.
First game won by Tontowi and Liliyana Natsir, 21-19.
21-19 in a little over 19 minutes. And the former world champions, the current Olympic champions, one game away from a first ever Hong Kong Open title. This is the final rally of the opening game.
Debi. Second game, love all, play.
So the second game gets underway. What can the All England champions do in response? Oh, it's incredible defence. And again. Well, that shuttle has seen better days. Yep, they're changing it, I can tell you.
Love.
Well, it's very, very interesting. I've hardly talked so far in this match about Liliyana and Natsir, and that's basically because the All England champions are trying to cut her out of the game. They know what a threat she is, how dangerous she is. Yeah, pushing it past her. Oh, challenge here. Yep, first challenge of this mixed doubles final. In fact, it's the first challenge of the day, isn't it? Here we go. What does Hawkeye say? Hawkeye says it was plumb on the line.
Unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. All play.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, that's why they want to try and keep it away from Liliyana and Natsir, because when she gets involved at the front of the court, it's very rare that she and her partner don't end up winning the rally. Well, Debi Susanto immediately saying he should have played it across court, and I think she's probably right. Yeah, well played.
Service over. 2, 3.
Yeah, got him in the chest.
Three, all. Service over. 4, 3. Service over. 4, all. Service over.
Yeah, the
5-4.
problem is the fans here at the Hong Kong Coliseum don't actually know which pair to support here. So they're not really appreciating the good badminton. Well, maybe that's probably wrong. They're almost certainly appreciating the good badminton, but they're not showing it with rapturous applause. They certainly will be in the next match with Eun Long in the men's singles final. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's gone long.
Service over.
After the fantastic dive, Tontowi AHMAD hits long of the back line. Yeah, no wonder he's frustrated.
Play. Ball. Service over. 7-5.
Well, there'll be an action later on there at the Danes. Camilla Rutayul and Christina Pedersen, the Olympic silver medalists. They're in the women's doubles final.
Service over. 6-7.
Challenge.
Debi Susanto
Well,
challenges
it was
for
called in. I thought as he hit it, it was possibly a bit flat and going to go long. Oh, yeah, that's worth a challenge, isn't it? That's definitely worth a challenge. Yeah, good challenge too.
out.
So that brings them back level.
Play.
Very good challenge.
Ball.
Into the lead.
Eight, 7.
Well. Is this a real shift in
9,
momentum?
7.
4 straight points from a 2-point deficit to a 2-point advantage. Oh,
Service over.
well, that wasn't a million miles away, was it? It hit the top of the net and fell back her side.
8, 9.
Yeah, on very concerned about Liliyana Natsir's movement, lunging forward onto that right leg. Very hesitant in her movement indeed. Now that was early on in the rally that I had my concerns.
10-8.
That's a clever defensive shot, wasn't it?
Debi serving.
Five of the last 6 points to Jordan and Susanto. Oh, behind the back.
Service over.
Yeah, the court will need to be mopped.
9-10. Praven.
Oh goodness. His elevation on that jump smash. Well, maybe he jumped so high he thought he was able to hit at a different angle and therefore made the error. Who knows? And that's long. And it is the All England champions. At the mid-game interval here in the second game. Of course, the Olympic champions took the first.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Eleven, 10, play.
So can they capitalise on this lead? It's a slender lead.
12, 10. Service over. 11, 12.
That's a great serve. That's a lovely shot too from Debi Susanto. Oh, there's a challenge here. Challenge here from the Olympic champions.
Challenges called out.
Their first challenge of the match. I think it must have got deflected. Yes, it did get deflected. No, that's out. That is out, surely. Yep, Hawkeye confirms it.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over.
Yeah, so they've both only got one challenge remaining in this second game. Good spot. Umpire. It's Debi Susanto to serve. It was about to be Praven Jordan who got the shuttle. He thought he was serving. Oh my goodness.
Service over. 12, 13.
Well, with both these pairs seeded, the Olympic champions, the number 7 seeds, and All England champions, the number 2 seeds here in Hong Kong. It means that we're guaranteed another pair winning a Super Series title in the mixed doubles discipline that's seeded. Oh, that's good. That's very good. And in fact, it's the only discipline of the 5 disciplines where all 12 titles this year go to seeded players. And of course, in the men's singles coming up next, we've got 2 unseeded players in the final. Oh my goodness. Just always seems to know where opponents are going to play the shuttle, and she's ready and waiting.
Service over. 14 all. Play. Play that. Service over.
Yeah. I wonder if the flick serve was in part due to his 2 earlier service errors. And it was a good idea anyway. Maybe that's influenced his decision making. Double hit called. No argument from the
16,
All England
14.
champions.
Service over. 15, 16. Play.
No, it's obviously a tactical decision to flick serve Liliyana Natsir. If she's struggling with her
50.
right knee, it'll be difficult for her moving back in court. Three points away from their 3rd Super Series title of the year. One in Malaysia, one in last week in China. Two points away. And 2 points away from a 2nd title in 2 weeks. And there's only 2 other pairs that have achieved the China and Hong Kong back-to-back. Zhang Lang and Zhao Yunlei, they've done it 3 times, and Liliyana Natsir did it with former partner Nova Widianto, and she's 1 point away from doing it again, this time with Tontowi AHMAD. 5 match point opportunities. What a shot! My goodness me, what a way to save a match point.
16, 20.
Return error.
17, 20.
What a great flick serve. But that's gone wide. And indeed, they win a third Super Series title of the year, a second in 2 weeks. China Premier Super Series in Fuzhou last week, and here in Hong Kong lift a 14th career Super Series title. 21-19, 21-17, the margin of their victory. 41 minutes needed, which is the exact length of time our first final took.
Liliyana, Natsir, 21-19, 21-17.
Yeah, confirmation of how they did it. 2 straight games and the Olympic champions add the Hong Kong Open to their list of achievements.
Ladies and gentlemen, prize presentation now begins. Players march in. Please welcome the prize presenting guest, Mr. Lau Kwong-Wah, Secretary for Home Affairs of the HKSAR. 民政事務局局長劉江華先生。Mr. Paul Eric Hoyer, President of Badminton World Federation. Mr. Tong Wai-Lun, Chairman of the Hong Kong Badminton Association. 香港羽毛球總會主席湯偉倫先生。Mr. Liu Yuk-wing, Council Member of Badminton World Federation. And Mr. Ko Kai-hwa, representing Sunrise and Company Pte. Limited. Yonex Sunrise 2016香港公開羽毛球超級賽大都會人壽世界羽聯世界超級賽系列混合雙打 Mixed Doubles of Yonex Sunrise Hong Kong Open Badminton Championship 2016, part of the MetLife BWF World Super Series. I1, runner-up, Praven and Debi from Indonesia.
For the All England champions, Praven Jordan and Debi Susanto. Well, a third Super Series tournament final. And the second time they've had to settle for second best. For Tontowi, AHMAD and Liliyana Natsir, this a 14th career Super Series title, but a first here in Hong Kong. Third Super Series title of the year to go with their Olympic gold medal. But for Susanto and Praven Jordan, well, second time in their third final at Super Series level, they've had to settle for second best. For Liliyana Natsir, Well, this is a 21st Super Series title.
Thank you, Mr. Hoy.
People forget she's got a couple of women's doubles Super Series titles.
We now have Mr. Lapoa to present the trophy.
She won 5 Super Series titles with former partner Nova Widianto as well. She will have to go down as one of the all-time greats.
Thank you, Mr. Lapoa.
3-time world champion. 6 medals from World Championships, Olympic silver and Olympic bronze.
Thank you, Mr. Cole. 有請湯慧麟主席為我哋獻花。Chairman Tong Wai-lun will now present the bouquets. Thank you, Chairman. And now we have Mr. Ng Yuk Wing to present the MetLife souvenir. Thank you, Mr. Ng. 有請各位嘉賓移步同我哋4位優勝運動員影張合照。It's now time for a group photo for our presenting guest and the champions and also the runner-up pairs. 多謝各位，請就座。And once again, a round of applause for the winner and the runner-up. They're all from Indonesia. 來自印尼嘅4位球手合演咗混合雙打嘅決賽喺呢度啦，非常多謝佢哋過去1星期嘅落力演出，世界級嘅混雙。Thank you, and once again, congratulations.